Imagine this. You wake up on a Monday morning, sunlight sneaking through the blinds, and before you've even rolled out of bed, your phone buzzes with a notification. Dividend payment received $200. No clocking in, no manager breathing down your neck, no overtime hours, just money quietly showing up in your account. And it's not just one notification. By the end of the month, these payments add up to over $2,000. That's rent covered, or maybe groceries, bills, even a vacation fund. All paid for without you lifting a finger. Sounds like a dream, right? But here's the twist, it's not. This is the reality of dividend investing. Regular people, not Wall Street elites, are quietly building portfolios that send them cash every single month. But how do you start when you have nothing? When you're literally at zero? That's the story we're diving into today. I'm going to walk you through, step by step, how anyone can go from scratch to building a portfolio that pays $2,000 every single month. And I promise you, I'm not going to drown you in complicated financial jargon. This is storytelling, plain and simple. Imagine we're sitting in a cozy cafe, sipping coffee, and I'm showing you the roadmap to financial freedom. So buckle up, because by the end of this story, you'll not only understand how dividend portfolios work, you'll know exactly how to build one yourself. Step 1. Mindset and goal setting. Before we talk dollars and cents, let's talk mindset. Building a dividend portfolio isn't a get-rich-quick scheme. It's not a lottery ticket. It's more like training for a marathon. You don't run 26 miles on the first day. You build endurance step by step. So what's the goal? For us, it's clear, $2,000 a month in dividends. That's $24,000 a year. Now, depending on your lifestyle, that could mean covering rent, reducing work hours, or even early retirement. But here's the truth, it won't happen overnight. And that's okay. Think of it this way. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is today. Your journey starts with believing it's possible. If you're starting from zero, your mindset is your strongest tool. Here's the secret. Consistency beats intensity. Even if you can only invest $50 a week, that's still progress. The habit matters more than the amount at the beginning. Once you lock in the mindset of patience and persistence, the rest of the journey becomes achievable. Step 2. Building the foundation. Now let's get practical. You can't build a portfolio if you don't have a foundation. And by foundation, I mean savings, budgeting, and discipline. Picture this. Sarah earns $3,000 a month. She used to spend almost all of it. New clothes, nights out, gadgets. But she realized something had to change. So she created a budget. Rent, bills, food. She tracked every expense. And here's the magic. She found she could free up $300 a month just by cutting back on things she didn't really need. That $300 became her seed money for investing. Think of this step as preparing the soil before planting seeds. Without fertile ground, nothing grows. With a strong foundation, your dividend portfolio has room to thrive. Step 3. First investments. Here comes the exciting part, your first investments. When you're starting, the key is to keep it simple. Don't chase risky stocks promising sky-high returns. Instead, focus on reliable dividend payers. Imagine walking into an orchard. Some trees are young and risky, others are old and sturdy. The sturdy ones might not grow as fast, but they give fruit year after year. That's what you want, companies with a history of paying and growing dividends. An easy place to start is Dividend Aristocrats, companies that have increased dividends for 25+ years. Think of names like Coca-Cola, Johnson & Johnson, or Procter & Gamble. These are businesses that survived wars, recessions, even pandemics, and still paid shareholders. The key here, start small, start steady. Your first $500 or $1,000 investment may not feel life-changing, but remember, every tree starts as a seed. Step 4. Reinvesting dividends. Here's where the magic really happens. Reinvesting dividends. Imagine a snowball rolling down a hill. At first it's tiny, almost laughable, but as it rolls, it picks up more snow, growing bigger and faster. That's compounding. Let's use a real example. Suppose you invest $5,000 in dividend stocks paying 4% a year. That's $200 in dividends annually. You could spend it, sure. But what if you reinvested it? The next year, you'd earn dividends not just on your original $5,000, but on $5,200. Over time, this snowball effect can turn modest beginnings into something powerful. Mark, the friend I mentioned earlier, did exactly this. In his first year, his portfolio paid him just $50. It felt almost pointless. But instead of cashing out, he reinvested. The lesson? Don't underestimate small beginnings. Reinvesting is the secret sauce that accelerates your journey. Step 5, scaling up. By now, you've got the mindset, the foundation, your first investments, and the habit of reinvesting dividends. So how do you scale this into something that pays $2,000 a month? The answer: consistency plus time. Think of it like building a house. The bricks alone don't look like much, but brick by brick, wall by wall, the structure begins to take shape. With investing, every paycheck you set aside is another brick. Let's put numbers to it. If you invest $500 a month into dividend-paying stocks with an average 4% yield, after 10 years, you could have over $75,000 invested. That alone would generate about $3,000 a year in dividends. Keep going for 20 years, reinvesting along the way, and you're looking at $250,000 to $300,000 in value, enough to generate over $12,000 a year in dividends. Scaling up is about discipline. Increase contributions when your income rises. Use bonuses, tax refunds, or side hustle money to give your portfolio extra fuel. Step 6, reaching $2,000 per month. So how do we finally reach the dream? $2,000 every month? Let's break it down. To earn $2,000 a month, or $24,000 a year, with an average dividend yield of 4%, you'd need around $600,000 invested. Sounds intimidating, right? But remember, this isn't about getting there tomorrow. It's about building steadily. Let's say you start with nothing and invest $500 a month. Reinvesting dividends with an average annual return of 8%, including growth plus dividends. In 25 years, you could realistically reach that $600,000 mark. If you invest more, say $1,000 a month, you could get there in closer to 18 years. Now imagine this in story form. You're 25 today, just starting. By 45, your portfolio pays you $2,000 a month. That's like having a second salary, except you don't have to work for it. And the best part? Dividends don't retire when you do. They keep paying year after year. Conclusion. So let's recap. Building a $2,000 a month dividend portfolio from zero isn't about luck. It's about planting seeds, nurturing them, and giving them time to grow. It starts with mindset, then building a foundation, making your first investments, reinvesting dividends, scaling up, and finally reaching your goal. Imagine the freedom, waking up knowing your bills are covered, planning trips without worrying about credit cards, even retiring early if you choose. That's what dividends can do. And the best time to start? Today. If this story inspired you, don't let it stop here. Take action. Open that brokerage account. Start small, stay consistent, and keep your eyes on the prize. And if you want more guides, tips, and real stories about financial freedom, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and join me on this journey. Because together, we can all build a future where money works for us, not the other way around.